Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's program, Meditating Minds. It will be an hour of guided meditation and silence. So, tonight we're going to learn how to use our thoughts to learn to guide our mind to be more peaceful, more quiet, and think more clear. And for that, we will have Sister Rona guiding us through the process and sharing some tools and how to use it in our everyday lives. Om Shanti.
Good evening, everyone. and nice that you're joining us for this hour. It will not be ongoing, continuous meditation. There will be some guidance, guided meditations, and some silence. And there will also be moments to share and to ask questions or to comment on things. And then again, just for us to uh, get the hang of it and to get the feel of what does this mean, a mind that is meditating. But let us start with some few minutes of guided meditation. So just allow the body to be comfortable. But not too comfortable that you fall asleep. Just sit straight, back straight, and preferably sit on a chair, not on your bed or anything. Sit on a chair or on the floor, but back straight. And keep your eyes open rather than close them. And you can keep on the camera, no need to put off the camera. And try and keep the eyes open. Not to see, but your attention inwards. And let the body take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. And just starting thought exercise in awareness. So right now, be aware of the atmosphere in the room that you're in. Is it quiet? Is it noisy? Is it harmonious and still, or is there some tension? Just neutrally observing and aware of the lighting in the room. And now become aware of the position of your body. Be aware of how it is sitting, feet touching the ground, hands relax flat on the thighs, back straight. Just be aware of it. And if the relaxation of the shoulders, or if there is some tension, just let that tension go, drop the shoulders. And all the while, allowing the body to continue to breathe slowly and deep rather than superficial. Let the muscles of the face also relax, the muscles of the forehead, the chin, and become aware of how the air is pulled into the lungs on inhalation and how it is pushed out of the lungs on exhalation. Again, the air is flowing into the lungs on inhalation. Just be aware of this expansion of the chest. And exhale, air is pushed out of the lungs. Become aware of the heartbeat and the rhythm of the heartbeat. And just create a sense of gratitude for the body. Such a wonderful instrument of nature that we can use every day again. And now also become aware of the one who is operating this body. One who is making the hands move and the feet move. One who is making the mouth speak. The soul. The living, conscious being who is using this body as a vehicle. Timeless being. The soul who is separate from the body, just like a driver is separate from the car. Even though using a car, same. The soul is this timeless, invisible, pure being of light. operating this body from the center of the forehead. Free being. And in the mind, just hold this image of a tiny star, pure, living light. This is the soul, the real self, conscious, imperishable being of light. Using the body as a temporary vehicle the real I, the real self is living light. And just hold this image on the screen of the mind. Tiny star, a benevolent being, innocent, pure, free. Living light. Immortal, peaceful soul. And this living light is a silent experiencer. This is who I am, an invisible experiencer, experiencing this body, experiencing the bodily sensations, experiencing the physical world. Pure, peaceful, beautiful being of light. This is who I am. And as we go through the rest of the evening and tomorrow, let us have that aim to hold this image of living light. Pure, free, radiant, living light. Om Shanti. So, who had 100% attention? Raise your hand if you had 100%. Very good. Excellent. Yeah, quite a few. Easy, no? Easy. Who had more than 50%? Very good. Yeah. You can raise your virtual hand also. Very good. Excellent. So give yourself a few pat on the back. Very good. Yeah, no, very good. Yeah. Carol also said yes, very good. Almost everyone saying excellent. End of the day, after a whole day of all kinds of things, still you are able to hold your mind. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so observe for yourself what made it so possible or easy for you to hold that attention. What was it? No, if you want to, you can share, but if you don't want to, that's fine also. I find it difficult to meditate with open eyes. Okay, so one of the things that appears to make it easier is when I close my eyes. This is what this implies. Anyone else? What was it that made it easy to hold so much attention? Jose? You have to hold the attention.
Being in the company of those who are practicing the same thing, that energy helps.
put away thoughts, when I put away my thoughts, very good. Music helps, or the guided.
For me, it was easier when I was listening to your directions and visualizing what you were saying. So
Okay.
following that along, that made it easy to stay focused.
Yeah. Quiet place, a quiet place helps. Yeah, very good. But this is for us to learn. And what Chandrakant said was very interesting. I put away my thoughts. Just put them in a box and close the lid. Finish. All these thoughts, like image of what soul driving the car. Yeah. So these are all learning things for yourself. What many of you are kind of saying in general is, if you give a specific aim to your mind, if there is like a theme in the form of an image or a thought or an idea, then it becomes easier to hold your mind around that thought. And the thing about the open eye is our eyes appear to be distracting us easily. We see something, our thoughts go there. We see something else, our thoughts are pulled there. And of course, when you close your eyes, you are less, how to say, there is not the images of the outside world, but there are still images in our mind from the past, from today. So those can also be distracting thoughts of the past. So Chandrakant said, I just put them away. Very good if you have your methods. And the closed eye meditation may be useful initially to to quiet yourself, to calm down. But it is also very easily possible with closed eyes to fall asleep if you are not rested enough. And sleeping is very good, but not when you're planning to meditate. The other thing is, in the long run, the aim of your meditation is to have a more clean and calm mind. To have a mind that is, clear, where there are thoughts that are useful and uplifting or positive and constructive. A mind that is under your control. And to have that kind of a mind anytime, anywhere. And when you're at work or when you're at other people, or you're outside walking or doing things at the house, you do that with your eyes open, I hope. Otherwise, you're going to bump into all kinds of things. So you do that with your eyes open. So to, over time, to learn to be master of your eyes also. See, but I don't need to be pulled to think about the things that I see if they are not necessary to think about. So to create a meditative state of mind, even when we're walking and moving around and doing things, interacting with others even. And that we do with open eyes. So this is one of the main reasons why we encourage people to practice meditation whilst also keeping their eyes open, so that we can hold that state of mind even when we're in a place that is not so quiet. Even when we're in a place where there are computers ticking, 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 and people talking, but still you are in a peaceful space of mind. but also that you can look at others and have internally that vision of you are a soul also, my brother. Hmm? So, but it is up to you, of course, to experiment and play with this and to become a master of your mind so that your mind is not distracted by what you see or distressed or getting into peacelessness. And of course, our eyes we can close. But what about what you hear, your ears? What about what you smell? You cannot close your nose and your ears also. Huh? So to become a master of the senses again, that is one of the aims of meditation. But play with this, experiment with this until you become master. So let's have a second round of meditations now. So one thing is the soul and this vehicle, the body. But another thing is, where has the soul come from? No, the soul has come from that other dimension, the soul world, the invisible dimension of silence and light, the home of souls. And from there, we have come into this physical world associated with this body to play the part. But at the end, when the soul leaves leaves the physical world again, we will go back home, that dimension of light. So in this meditation that follows now, let us remember the time when we were in the home. Let us focus on that experience of the soul bodiless in the soul world. As if the whole physical world has become small, like Chandrakant said. You put the physical world away. Soul is bodiless and entering into that other dimension of silence, of light, where there's no matter. Not just through the power of thought, we travel there. So let's take a few minutes to explore that and remember, emerge that state of mind where one is experiencing the self to be just pure, peaceful, living light in that infinite expanse of light. So, as always, we use the power of our intellect to choose the thoughts. And at this moment, we choose the thought that the real self is an invisible, immortal being of light. An invisible traveler through space, through time, sparkling star. And the body is extra, like a toy for the soul to play with in this world of sound and movement and objects. But I am that soul, free, pure, tiny spark of living light. Innocent and free. And before I entered this body, before the soul entered into this world of sound and objects, we were in the home. That dimension of silence, of stillness, of light. You're free. And in the mind, just hold that image of this tiny star a being of light, selfless in nature, viceless, bodiless, innocent, this is the soul, the real self, in that infinite expanse, a world of silence and of pure light. The home of peace, the home of light, the home of stillness. Home of freedom, just light upon light and silence. So soothing. eternally secure. This living being of conscious light is the real self in the eternal home of silence, golden red glowing light of the home. And just fill the mind with this image of the soul, the sparkling living light, a being of peace, a being of bliss, pure, free, radiant, immortal being. In this golden red silent sky beyond the physical sky. This is where all souls eternally belong. And with the mind, try to perceive that atmosphere of purity, of stillness, of lightness. So safe and so soothing. Home, home of souls. Eternal home. And in this world of silence, in this dimension of light, beyond matter, beyond the story of the human dolls, the world of sound, beyond that theater, this world of stillness and light is the Supreme Soul. One who is like an ocean of peace. An ocean of love. An ocean of bliss. The Supreme Soul who is like a father for all souls. Mother, father, parent, one who is eternally bodiless, just an invisible being of light, supremely benevolent. And in this state of stillness and silence and soul consciousness, we perceive the presence of God, this eternal benevolent one. Just immerse the mind in this lightness, in this silence, in this stillness, and aim to perceive the presence, the company of this ever pure, ever silent one, endlessly loving, ever wise, Supreme Mother, Father of all souls. And as we come to the end of this guided meditation, let us aim to hold this meditative state at least until we go to sleep, but even beyond. Know the true self, the eternal self, timeless one, the soul. Even though we are temporarily visiting this world of matter, using the body to play the part, we eternally remain invisible experiencers, children of God, souls. Om Shanti.
What a lovely session of meditation, sister.
Could you
It was a
repeat?
very lovely session of meditation.
Yeah, last Saturday we had a mini retreat here at the center for all on meditation, and yeah, there have been more and more requests for sessions like this. So we thought to experiment maybe once a month, a Thursday, to do like this. Let's see how we go about it. But any thoughts or anything you want to share or any questions about the meditation? More you do it, more you will become expert. Go ahead.
I know when you were talking about the soul, you said, we should always have the awareness that we are like a soul and be soul conscious. In regards to that, who are we? Like, who should we think we are? Who is the real I? Is it the soul that is in me, or is it the body with the soul?
No,
Or
you are that soul. And body is just temporarily your instrument. Body
Okay.
consciousness, in body consciousness, no, one of the things we say and think is, I am this bodily human being and I have a soul. But it is the other way around. We are a soul and we temporarily use this body to play a part in this human world drama, human world play. But we are those invisible, imperishable, immortal beings of light, souls. And souls are like children of the Supreme. Not that the Supreme gives birth, but we are eternally connected with the Supreme in this bond that is like a parent and a child, or companions, or eternal friends. We are souls, invisible beings of consciousness. And this human being, this male or female, is part that we play temporarily through a body. So when you think of I, you think of this tiny star, living light, who is immortal. The body was born, took shape in the mother's womb, and then the soul enters. I entered that tiny body, and then the body grows, becomes adult, and then at some stage the body comes to the end of its lifespan. And then I leave the body again and journey on.
And one more question. In scenarios where people take rebirth because of circumstances, why then are they considered separate from what they were before? As in, why are they not considered the same person? If the soul is the real I, shouldn't someone who takes rebirth also in a different body be considered the same?
Because people don't know about soul and they don't know about rebirth, or at least not the details. But we change also, no? It's in one birth, maybe body, maybe white body, maybe what? American culture and some American habits. And then the next birth may be in India, in a different culture, different language. So a different person, a different bodily human personality, but same soul. And we carry sanskars, we carry the tendencies from the past, but they change. We carry the karmic accounts from the past, but they can change over time. But the real self is this living light, innately peaceful, innately divine, innately pure. But we forget. And we start thinking, I am a woman. Next body may be opposite gender.
And one more question in regards to that. So in scenarios of rebirth, if the person who has taken the rebirth, if they are to inherit the soul's good qualities and karmas from their past life, would that be considered the same person as before, as the previous birth, inheriting the karmas, or is that someone else inheriting the karmas?
No, the soul is the same soul, it's the same you, but the physical form may manifest differently. The human form may be different, like I said. So one bird may be female, next bird may be male. One bird may be in a different culture, other bird may be in another culture, but the soul carries from the previous birth the tendencies, the sanskars, the karma. And of course, it is the same soul. But in society, nobody knows about soul properly. Nobody knows properly about rebirth and the ongoing journey. So nobody will consider that to be the same person. They don't even know who was the previous birth personality. So it is, if people know, then of course they would know, but they don't. This is why this knowledge now needs to be studied and imbibed. But the time is there. We are across time already. So let's close with a moment of silence. And let's just make it firm to shift that awareness. We are not bodily beings. We are spiritual beings, souls, temporarily using this body and this human personality. But the real I eternally remains a spiritual being, timeless, living light. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Om Shanti.